Alright guys, here we go. These are all clean and should be ready to go. Let me just check this out here, make sure all the nastiness is out of there. Most of it. Here. Let you guys watch as I clean a little bit here. First thing you have to do, I always use a nice white rag like this. A little bit of ATF on there. And just make sure every little thing is cleaned. You want to make sure every little nook and cranny is clean. No dirt. This is Corvair Head Assembly 101. Corvair Assembly 101. See that? Nice clean rag. It's all clean. So now, put the light back over here. I marked them. One, make sure all these shafts are all clean. I'll call you back. Got a phone call. Hang on. Alright. Let's finish this up. Now, what you gotta do is make sure everything's clean, which it already is. Clean your valves before you put them in. Put a little bit of oil on the valve stem, like so. Slide it in the hole. Clean the second one. Which it is. A little bit of oil on the valve stem. See, nice and oily. I use a little block to put it underneath the valves to hold them up. Now this is a process you guys just have to be patient with. Take the valve seal that you're going to use. A little bit of lube on there. Take the valve stem tool like this, and this is what you do to put a valve on. Slide that down over. Take your valve seal, only on the intakes on a Corvair. Okay, push it on, and then I take a 10mm wrench, put it on like so, and press. And it's on. Take the shim plastic thing off, throw in the bag, and now you gotta shim them. To shim them is pretty easy. These are the last two. What I do is I take the bigger shims, if I can find them. I got a whole box here full of shims. And I always take the bigger one, put it down, another big one, put it down, then you take the last two retainers, put one on there, excuse me, that one in there, and then you take the retainers. Get a couple retainers going ready here. Nice whole bag of retainers here. One more in here. Okay, you put your retainers on, slide your guide up just like so. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. And I got a little spacer here. A little plastic spacer. Little metal spacer. Wow. You guys see? There's about... So you take this and you put it in there like so. Let me see if I get some light over here. It's about, need about 15, about 15 thousandths. So you get another spring shim from your assortment. Put it in. Put your guide on it. I mean, it's a long process. You get about 15 thousandths. Put a 15 thousandths shim in there. You always want the big shim on the top, so once I get it straight, I'll turn them around and put the big shim on the top. That's about it right there. See that? See how that little shim right there fits right in there nice and snug? So that's it for that one. This one's good to go. So what you do is you take your magnet, take those out, spin them around, put them down in there. That's one. And you do the next one. The last one's always a pain. Trying to get the shim in there just right. Wow. See this one here? This one here I need to take some out. So I'll take the shim out with the magnet. And I'll put a small one and a big one. And that should be okay. I'm working on a card table here, so it's a little shaky. Oh, retainer went flying, but I found it. It's a long process, guys. I'm gonna put one of the 25,000 shim in. Take the 15 thousandths out. It's about right. A little on the tight side. Make sure that valve's all the way up. Wow, still too much. So what I'll do, I'll take one of the stock shims, which is about 1,000 smaller. Make sure all the chips are off of it. The stock shim will work. It's a little on the tight side, but excuse me, I don't want to go any smaller than a stock shim. That's it. So I'll take this one out, get my springs, which are, these springs came from a small block Chevy 302. Put the retainer in there, put the retainer in there, move the light so you guys can kind of see. Let me move this back a little bit here. Oop. There you go. Oh. Gotta hold the valves so they don't fall out. This bench is all oily. Move the light here. There you go. Now you can see. Take your valve spring compressor, open her up, clamp her down. You guys see that pretty clearly? Here, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. Take your retainers. Get your retainers in there, spin them around. That's one. And the last one. You guys even see that last one there? There we go. Now you can see it. I'm holding the spring compressor up with my leg so I can get the right leverage to keep the spring compressor straight. Hold those retainers in, and then what I'll do is I'll set them. And there. Excuse me. That's it. That one's done. I'm going to put the logs on, and that one's done. Alright, well, I'm going to put these logs on actually. And we'll be done. Make sure you take all your extra spring spacers and put them back in the box so you don't lose them. This right here, this is actually something my buddy Norm La Tulip let me borrow. There you go, now you can see it. $6.98, $7.10, which is mine. The furthest one sticking out. $7.11, $7.27, $7.35. I have all my springs set to $7.10 for the spring height. Now I will take my jugs. Excuse me. Put them a little bit of oil so they slide in. A little plastic hammer. Get them lined up so that they're lined up straight. Take your block of wood. That's one. That's one. These stacks have been ceramic coated. Two. Now by rights, how you want to put these in is with some heat. So it's a press fit. But this way will work okay, I think. Take the block of wood, give her a good couple whacks. And that's it. See? Ceramic coated. How's it look? Good? I like it. Same thing with that one. And that's it. Like my mess. Oh yeah. Alright guys. I'm gonna pop these heads on the car and go from there. Put my gaskets on. See you in a bit.